Why do you think the conversation's so hard for people to have?
Men should be able to handle it. Men should be able to adapt to the situation. Men shouldn't have emotions. Handle like a man. Take it like a man. Is it easy to get access to therapy?
A lot of people are addicts because of mental health.
How to work with your mental health and controlling your emotions. Welcome back to the Backyard Boogie Podcast. Are we really back, or did we even ever really left?
No, we're back, baby. We're back. We only took a little break because of life.
You know what? I felt like it was way a lot longer.
Yeah, it was only like 2 months.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so long. I don't know.
Well, 2 months is a long time.
Yeah.
From what we planned.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about like every Monday and
yeah, it was just like
we're not fully podcasters yet. We're full YouTubers yet. We have lives, work, kids. Okay.
Yeah. So like it was like, yes, let's do it. Oh no, I can't make it. Oh no, I got work.
I'm coming home late.
Something.
For everyone, I work nights. He works during the day.
Yeah.
So it's like when I get off and try to shoot before he gets to work, it doesn't work because then I'll be ending up coming back late, and then he's can't wait.
Yeah.
Because he has to go to work, and then same thing with me.
Yeah.
He gets out early,
gap.
and I'm sleepy during the day. So it's like it doesn't work. But we're gonna make it work going forward. Figure it out.
Yeah, we gotta figure out something for you guys. But
for us, for the city of Riverside, we're gonna put on for a city like AKA Beto. One for he's like from is he from he's from Riverside.
I don't know where he's been. Huh?
Jay from the Riv? Is it Jay from the Riv? White boy?
Oh,
yeah,
the one that makes gifts? Yeah, duh.
Well, yeah, so that's the only ones I know.
He said, is Jay from the Riverside?
My bad. Hope he doesn't question this.
A lot of people question like, bro, really?
It's like R from San Bernardino? Is he from Dino? R from Dino? My bad. Alright, so what you trying to get into today?
So, we were trying to talk about this like I want to say like a month or two ago about men's mental health.
Let me turn this off.
And then that's I think that's a pretty important topic. It doesn't have to be the month of men's mental health to be talking about that, but it's something I feel like us men go through, and it's in silence. It really is in silence, and there's a lot of suicides. Well, men, we go through a lot in silence, right? And there's been a lot of suicides about that. And I don't know the statistics on it, but like, do you think there's more men committing suicide than females?
Damn, that's a good question.
Yeah, like
never looked it up.
We were prepared for this.
No, because I feel like for girls, women, their suicide is more like them dying is more suicidal. I feel like
elaborate.
I feel like when guys pass away and they said like, oh, he overdosed or he did this, they try to throw the suicide part on it, like he OD'd because he was suicidal, but sometimes it's more like they're just addicts.
Oh, one, they can be addicts, and two,
but if you're asking like just suicide in general, like
no, yeah, probably I don't know.
Suicide in general, I had never looked into it, but I want to.
But like, all right, how about this? I
want to say men.
Like,
I feel like they don't know how. Oh shit, that's hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like men don't know how to control their feelings that much.
No, I feel that's the
But
opposite.
then
No,
I feel like they're more like.
if anything,
They also
women don't know how to control their feelings.
That's why I was like, they're more emotional. So
yeah.
Fuck.
And they don't know how like to react to certain
Women. I say women.
You said women?
Nope. None.
Yeah, I don't want to like push towards something, but fuck it. I say men. I say men because like it don't fall into like committing suicide as wise. I feel like it kind of falls into habits, building the type of persona into like you said, like, you know, there's some people who decide to start taking drugs and stuff like that. Just shit going through their head where got them not moving the way how they normally move, and then that causes a lot of shit: sleep, depression, suicidal. I don't know, a lot. There's a lot to go through that.
Yeah, I want to say, man.
I'm gonna find the real statistics when we talk about that. But
so when it comes to like suicide and like mental health, why do you think the conversation's so hard for people to have? To have, as in like for men to have. Let's talk about men, since that's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because women talk to each other about everything.
Yeah.
They just call it gossip. But let's go into the men part. Since we're men, let's talk about what we can not experience, but what we like. What
we go through, like
from a man, because we're men. So from a man's point of view,
it would be easier. It would be easier to
any woman be like, you don't know, you're not a female, blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay. From a man's point, why do you think it's so hard for men to talk about it?
I feel like it's a little harder for men to talk about certain things because within society how it's built, men should be able to handle it. Men should be able to adapt to the situation. Men shouldn't have emotions. You know, we shouldn't be so emotional to certain things. Handle like a man. You know, take it like a man. No. So that's why it's so hard for makes it feel like certain men to come out because they're like, nah, I'm gonna handle this like a man. But you know what? Sometimes handling like a man really eats you up inside, and then I feel like that could be hard. You know, not every man would have somebody to talk to too. You know, like you said with women, something happens, they call up their mother or something, and just like fucking chop it up.
I feel like men do. Like, for us, it's different. Like our friend group is different. We can talk to each other about it. But I feel like for other men, it's different. Because I feel like if a man were to go and express like his downships and his hardships to another man, friend or not, I feel like it's not gonna be as serious or as good of advice as they would need. It would be more like, because you can't be a vulnerable man talking to a macho man, and then they're just gonna put you down more.
Like,
suck it up, bro. Like, don't even worry about that shit. Like, you're really gonna let that get to you?
Yeah.
It ain't shit, bro.
Yeah, because
so it's like,
and that's another thing. Like sometimes we don't put ourselves into their shoes. You know, we haven't been in a situation yet where that's where that comes in. Like, just suck it up. But when like, if you talk to the right person too, like that has been through it, or even have some like sympathy of putting themselves in, you know, the other person's shoes, then the conversation gets a little deeper, a little bit more helpful, versus like, suck it up, man up. You know, don't be a bitch. That's another thing. Don't be a bitch.
Yeah. We use that a lot.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that mentality of like, you know, not being a bitch.
To a certain, like for a different theme though. Like, mental wise, like, I feel like, for me, mental wise, I feel like you have to talk about certain things because you're not used to it. So you're just always holding in.
Yeah.
And the only person you're talking to about it is yourself.
Yeah.
So you're telling yourself, and all you got is a good guy on this side, and you got a bad guy on this side.
Bro, that's how
and
it
they're
really
just constantly
be.
just going like, all right, you should do this,
Like,
you should do this. You should do this. Nah,
bro,
don't do it. Don't do that.
be.
You're gonna get in trouble. But then you're just like, nah. But like, I watched this movie and like, if I get away with it, like, I can just do it like this. And then you're like, nah, they got cameras. Like, you're gonna get caught. Nah, but fuck. So it's like you're going back and forth. Then to just talk to someone else that has their head on straight, and you're just like, hey, bro, like, this is going on. Blah blah. Yeah, hot as shit in this motherfucker. God, sorry guys. You hear a little bit of wind. So much fucking better. Fuck with these people. You can't hear. I'm sorry. Anyways, but yeah. So I feel like it's just. I'll just talk into the mic more. I feel like it's like for other marriage. I feel like it's harder. Like a lot harder, just because of. We're not known to be vulnerable. We're not known to express ourselves.
Yeah.
For me, it's different. For us, it's different because I feel like, you know, we've been friends for so long, like our group. Yeah. That we know we can like talk to each other about that conversation, which will last like a good 2 to 3 hours, even if it just comes.
If we have all night, it would last up all night. Yeah. You know.
Like you think these podcasts an hour long? Add the other 4 of us and again we'll be here all night. Start streaming. And
this is just like what's recorded, you know. Like you don't record what's before and what's after. If we have a personal camera guy, you know.
But yeah, so I don't know, I think that's what it is, like, and from experience, because like Lexus and I started therapy, but like separate. So like I'm in therapy now, and I've always watched.
Does it help that you have to talk to somebody?
Yes. Bro. And like, for us, it's like I chose a girl therapist only because not like that. Only because like if I express myself to a woman, they can understand from a woman's point of view. Yeah. When it comes to like me and Lexus. So, but outside of that, it's like, you know, it's just other shit like in the past, blah blah. Yeah. But like, I wanted that, like, because for me, I feel like I always talk to you guys.
Nah, I think I'll talk to a man. No homo. But I'll talk to a man.
Me too. That's what I was thinking too. But like, I already talked to you guys. Yeah. About certain things.
Because I don't
it's just like you guys are giving me all these guys' point of view. Yeah. And I don't want to put Lex in a situation where I go and talk to a female about it, and it's just sort of it's piss her off, and you know she wouldn't like that. So I gotta go and I pick that for that reason. But other than that, like outside of looking at it like that, fucking, to me it's like that shit helps. And it just works. It just. You hear things about like, because if I were to express myself to someone else that isn't a professional, and I'm expressing like my past or shit I've been through,
I mean they can lead you to the whole wrong way.
They can compare it to their past, or there's too much emotional and personal shit in it, where you're talking to a professional and they're looking at it as a helpful way, like they're just. It's all about you. Yeah. So right now, with my therapist, right now it's all about me. So it's like when I'm talking about things, she's not picking and pointing like, oh yeah, well, like, you know, back in the day, like with me and this and that. It's more like, okay, well, how can you help with that? Like, how can you fix that? Just to talk to you and be like, hey, Quack, like, this is in the past. You're like, I me too. Like, that shit happened to me. And it's just like, then there's too much emotion in it. You're not giving the right advice as you think you should, or helpful ways to.
Yeah, because when you know somebody, it's very biased. You know, like the whole. Let's say you're telling about some problem you have to me. I wouldn't say I'm biased. I'm very like choosing the right way, but the possibilities of being biased is a lot higher because I know you, you know, versus somebody that doesn't really know you at all, you know, besides your information that's on the clipboard. Yeah. You know, the conversation is gonna be way different. But talk about therapy, like Is it easy to get access to therapy, or is it hard?
So easy. It's actually really easy.
No?
You go through. So you gotta pay for it out of pocket, as if you don't have insurance. Mm-hmm. But I have insurance through Kaiser.
Yeah.
So I called Kaiser, and they give you different hotlines of what to call. Mm-hmm. And you go through your therapist one, or the therapy one, whatever. And then they'll call you back. You call, talk to them. Mm-hmm. They'll set you up. And then someone will reach out, and they'll do a first interview where it's just like, they're just like, okay, tell me about yourself, blah blah blah, like your past, this blah, and then it's like they're like an hour long, and then she'll be like, okay, we'll either pick up next week, or like we'll pick up on it next week, or we'll go through what you're feeling next week. Like, this is just like a brief one. So it's real easy though, because basically, like, you give your Kaiser, so if you have a Kaiser card, any hospital, whatever, but you have insurance, you basically just give your card information for your Kaiser.
Yeah.
And then it comes out of your insurance.
I just searched it up. Therapy. Like, it's easy. It's right there. And you know what? BetterHelp. That's online therapy. And I've heard of BetterHelp before, and this isn't sponsored or anything, but you literally can get therapy online. You don't even have to go in. If a lot of people
I do mine
feel like
on the FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
Not FaceTime, but like a Zoom call.
Yeah. Okay.
And they send you a link. So, anyways, basically, so I'll get a text message.
Yeah.
And it's a weekly form. They'll send it like 45 minutes to 30 minutes before your appointment, and you just fill out the form, and it just goes through your whole thing. You drugs, you're addict, bunch of things, like literally, like how have you been feeling, like within the past 2 weeks. Have you felt like this? Have you felt stressed? Have you felt like not eating? Have you felt like you can't sleep? Have you felt like anxiety? Have you felt like whatever? And it's just a bunch of fucking questions. Like, you just gotta go real fast. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, you're just saying, like, strongly agree, agreed, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. That's it. And then you fill that out, and then she sends me like a link 5 minutes before, like whenever she's on. Mm-hmm. I click on it. I'm there. Get into talking. That shit works.
And you see, like that, it helps. And
it works. It works only if you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
You actually, like, let it out. It works. You try to be cool and play.
Let it out like a fart.
It's not gonna work. You're just gonna be like,
you hold it in, it's gonna bottle up inside. You're gonna make you feel sick.
And then you catch yourself thinking about it outside. So instead of letting out in therapy, and if you don't, when you get out of therapy, that's when you're gonna let it out, and you're not gonna get help. Yeah. You're basically just wasting money and time. Yeah. Because you're not actually expressing yourself to someone that could help you, a professional. Yeah. You're expressing it to yourself or other people that ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, because it's all data for them, you know? Like, how can I help this person out? Like let me listen to some data from you.
And she gives me homework, too, which is fucking weird. But
no, that's not
weird, but when I heard homework, I was like, fuck, again? I thought I was done with that shit for good. You gotta say homework. But
2 times 5. Yeah, how do you feel?
Yeah. I don't know.
This don't add up.
Yeah. But nah, it's just like because they only have an hour. Yeah. So you don't feel like they're not paying attention to you or like care about your time. Mm-hmm. They'll give you a homework. They'll be like, oh well.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
This is what I want you to think about for this week. Like, write down this, write down that. And on a scale of 1 to 10, like your past and blah 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 and this and that, and then, but yeah, so it's just it gets you something to think about throughout the week and work on. Yeah. So then when you come into Monday, like, hey, did it work? Blah, blah, blah.
You know what? That kind of reminds me. In back in college, I had this professor. I completely forgot what that class is about. but he had us doing homework a very different way where I've never had homework before, where the homework would be like, hey, today I want to go I want you to track your I'm good, I want you to track your sleep, like what time did you sleep, how long did you sleep, that's your homework. And like, and a few of them, a lot of the homework was like kind of like personal habit activities, like record that shit down. Nothing like, what does this mean on the textbook, nothing like that. So like I get the homework with the therapy thing, and that kind of helped with your mental brain a lot. In matter of fact, like it wasn't when you went back into school, you tend to learn a little bit more. So I felt like maybe that might help with the therapy too. It's like you got something to think about afterwards, after the class, the session, and it gets your brain working instead of like stressing on figuring out a equation that you learn. It's really about you. Yeah. So that's the type of homework like I think we were talking about.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Yeah. So
but I think it's freaking. I recommend it to anyone that needs it. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, because I was always big. Like I talk to people about it and stuff like that, but it just feels like I'm not saying a therapist is perfect, but they're professional. Like,
yeah,
they do. This is what they do for a living.
Yeah,
like so. I feel like just to talk to them is better than talking to your homie. Mm-hmm. Because like you still talk to your homie, whatever.
Like I said, it's very biased.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get what you want out of it. Yeah, you might get the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the better way. And then, especially like talking to yourself. Mm-hmm. Talking to yourself, because a lot of people get in their own head.
Yeah.
A lot of like. If you don't have a strong, head on your shoulders, it's like you'll fucking lose your mind, bro. Yeah. You'll start overthinking shit. You'll start going crazy. You'll start assuming.
Mm-hmm. And the gap on that is like huge, as in like some people really don't have that control. Oh no! So some people like have it under control 100%. No. So the gap that is huge. Not every men are the same. Will work the same. Same with women.
But it leads to drugs.
Yeah,
and it leads to
bad habits. Just like behavior. That's
the only thing that fucking. That's the only thing that sucks is that a lot of people are addicts because of mental health.
Yeah,
they're not more addicts because of.
They want to.
They just want to get high. Like, a lot of it's because of stressful shit. Yeah. Or painful shit.
So something
mentally
lit that up. Yeah, something that had to lit that up for you to.
And that's the only thing that sucks too. Is like, for me, I'm like cool. Like I'm glad. Like, how you say? Like I'm glad I'm not like that. Like where it's like, fuck, I just need to get high. I just need to get drunk. Mm-hmm. Like to get the pain out of the way. It's just like, nah, I'd rather just fucking. Be by myself, and then now that I got therapy, like, okay, I'll save this for Monday. But for other people, it's like you kind of shit's kind of fucked up. You kind of feel bad, like, oh shit, like.
No, the thing that really helps me a lot, I never been to therapy before, but one thing that helps me a lot is understanding what is controlled or could be controlled, and what could be fixed or couldn't, and you got to understand the difference on that. Certain things that you have zero control of, and a lot of things you have zero control of, and if it happened, it happens, but you can't just dwell on it, sit on it, but don't stay too long, because you're just going to dig yourself in a deeper hole.
And I'm big on that. Like there's shit that happened like in the past. So basically I did so in therapy, one of my homework was rate my hard times from when I was younger to older to now.
Okay.
And by year and what it was, and then you go and you rate those things. 10 being the worst, or 5 being the worst, 1 being the least of how much it affects you.
Yeah.
So 5 can be like, oh, it affects me this much. 1 can be like, oh, it doesn't really affect me. 3 can be like, I think about it and then I get over it. So it's just when they did that, it fucking like you actually think about it, and I was just like going over it, and I was like, damn, like there's a lot of shit that I don't care about. And then people would think I care about it because they're like, oh, nah, like that has to affect you. Like don't shit with my biological mom. Do not give a fuck about her. Any point, but other people think I do. Oh, but it has to, like, that's your mom, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro.
But do you feel like did that play effect at all in your younger age where got you to behave how you are and then just grew up with it?
No.
And then eventually you're just like, oh, I don't really care. Like did you have some type of feeling at all at a young age? I know not now.
No. See, the thing is, I don't. That's why I feel like that's why I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember. Ever feeling like, oh, I miss my mom.
Yeah.
Never. Like,
okay.
It was so obviously we met in 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
So in 3rd grade, I haven't lived with her since 3rd grade.
Yeah.
3rd grade, you're 9.
Like, yeah, 9. You're
about
9.
To be 9.
Yeah, you're about 9.
So I was actually 8. My birthday's in summer.
Yeah.
So I was actually 8.
After school.
I'm 25 right now. So from 8 to 25, I didn't live with her. I never stayed the night at her house. Never went out to eat with her.
Oh, no contact? So, like,
I was probably here and there. Yeah. They passed away, blah, blah, like. But other than that, like, nah. So it's like, you really think I care about someone I don't know? And everything I remember about her was negative? Yeah. So to me, that's the only thing, like, like, that's one thing, like, oh, like, I don't care about. Yeah. And then there's other things, like, that happen to you, like, say, I don't know, because they say it could be anything, like car accidents, it could be trauma. Yeah. Look,
anything, and it can go for like it's like a big gap, like from you with your mom, like to most people, like they think, like I mean personally, I feel like it will be a big hit to me, you know, if I didn't talk to my mom, but like from most people think that being a big hit to like you said, like I stubbed my toe or something, you know, something small that traumatized you. Yeah.
My mom now. Yeah. Raised me since I was 4th grade. Yeah. So you got 2nd grade, 4th grade.
Yeah. Yes. This is a big gap.
That's my mom. Yeah. But Kim. Yeah. No. But no, yeah, like stubbing your toe, but like
something small. It can be like the smallest thing,
like
and then
but to that it was like breaking your foot. Like, oh, did that impact your life like so much? Yeah. And it's like, no, like it didn't. Or a breakup. A breakup like middle school. Yeah. But you went through it then for like a month or 2, you're heartbroken. And like you just rate that like, oh no, I don't care about that. Like, that was back then. It didn't really affect my life how it is now. So that's why I feel like it's good for people to talk about it and go to therapy. Because they get into all that shit. Like any fucking
little details. And they're professionals. They pick your brains, you know.
And they help you get over things, get through it. Yeah. Not even just over it, but like they help you get through it. And they always say it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Yeah. Which it's true, but like when you talk about it, if it's really nothing to talk about, it's like I don't know. You don't really need it, but I fuck with it. I think other people I think people that need it should do it. If you're just really emotional, your life's not that hard. Like, suck it up a little bit.
Don't talk to him.
Only for like saving money and like wasting your time. Like, if you don't need it, you know, don't. You get a journal, whatever.
No, but there's a lot of ways.
See people that need it.
There's a lot of ways to like express yourself, without therapy, and like just help with your mental health. And like journaling is something very big. It's another form of letting it out. At least you're letting it out on something. Yeah. And that's just still another form of like, you know, not letting it bottled up inside of you. You're still letting it out some way, some types of form.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it doesn't have to always be therapy.
Letting it out, talking to people.
Yeah.
Works, but I'm saying like for me, I would choose professional help. Then, because I'm in it now, so I've tried it that way. Yeah. I've tried it where I got in my own head and I'm just like calm down, chill. So I tried it when I talk to people. Yeah. And then that was it. Because those people, they're only there for the hour or however long you're on the phone with them. Yeah. Or in person with them. Yeah. But once they get and go on worry about their lives. Yeah. You're still by yourself.
Yeah. You don't get a follow up part 2, 3, 4 weekly. Yeah. I know. I know we homies, but like sometimes we just it doesn't happen. Like that's just how it is.
That's what I'm saying. Someone and something can only make you feel better for so long. Yeah. But once you get in that space again where you're alone by yourself thinking about it, it's gonna fuck with you. Yeah. That's why when you go to therapy, they're helping you with that part. The part of being alone, the part of thinking about it, that's fucking with you. Yeah. They're helping you with that. They're not helping you with. They're not doing what your friends are doing, what that piece of paper is doing. Yeah. They're helping like you up here.
Yeah. No. Like that thing. Like
that's why I say like if you need it. Like,
therapy is like top tier. Like I'm sure there's probably other things, but like there's a lot of suggestions. Like sorry, we're not prepared, but I want to eventually wrap this video up. Let's talk about some tips of other than therapy of like what did you do or have you done or would you like to do to help letting something out, expressing yourself or how to work with your mental health and controlling your emotions.
For what do you mean?
For like
if you didn't have therapy?
Yeah, if you didn't have your therapy.
Whatever makes you happy. If it's working out, that is a stress relief. Go work out. If it's going for walks, jogs, outside of just that physical stuff, if it's playing video games, if it's watching movies, if it's fucking anything, whatever makes you happy. Going, if you play sports, gonna go play catch, gonna go kick the ball around. Anything that makes you happy, that just gets your mind off of it. Is what helps. Yeah, outside of therapy, I feel like that's like
I say like reliever. Just stay busy.
Stay outside of drugs. Just don't do the drugs. Don't do the alcohol. Yeah, because that's what fuck you up. Yeah. So other than that, makes you happy.
Since if you love alcohol and weed and stuff like that, that's one thing we suggest you not to do. Like like if you love that, like you got a problem. Maybe you need therapy.
That's what I'm gonna say. If you love that stuff, and if that makes you happy,
and that's your go-to,
you need therapy because your happiness of that is just gonna fuck you up worse.
Yeah, and then like we talked about like behavioral practices, like it's gonna affect your behavior in many different types of forms. But yeah, I'd say I agree with you. Just keep busy. Just keep busy. Doing what you like. Because if you when you're doing what you like you're gonna forget about time. For real, you're gonna forget about time, forget about what you're really stressed about because you're in the moment of loving what you're doing in the meantime.
I'm gonna lie, watching podcasts and like serious podcasts and watching like documentaries,
hearing people talk about it.
No, but like not even that, like just watching shit, and listening to shit about people that are going through it worse, or that really been through something that's like for me. That's only for me. Like, I'll hear things and watch videos, podcasts of people that went through like some real shit,
and you're like, damn.
And I'm like,
I'm being a bitch.
I didn't even go through half of what they did. Yeah. And I'm bitching about that. I'm like, okay, maybe I should let it like that not affect me as much.
I think that's another point. Seeing your situation and what's the worst that could happen. Or like how bad could it possibly be, and then you realize like, oh, my situation wasn't that bad because it could have been like this or like that person. So I'm in a better state than what somebody else is or what it could have been. So then that gives you a little reliever to like breathe a little bit.
Yeah, that's like, I'll use my daughter as an example. We're eventually I'm gonna try to get her mentally, like, and she's probably gonna, I don't know if she'll need therapy. It just depends. I would probably suggest it to her when she gets older. But like, she has spina bifida, so she's, I think we talked about this before, but she can't pee or poop on her own. You have to do it herself with a catheter, blah blah blah. But she has the good stage of it. Like, it's not the worst that could have happened. And when I used to think about it, like, damn, bro, like, it's a suck for her, like, when she grows up, and you know, people are always gonna be different than how she is.
Yeah.
And then I went to her go see all her doctors at the Children's Hospital in LA. There was other kids that had the same thing.
Yeah.
But they're on wheelchairs, can't even walk.
Damn.
Can't even fucking.
I didn't think it would be like
their
that.
whole spine is fucked up. They can't walk.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. And I was just like, damn, like, we got lucky. Like, so then I always try it now. That's why I said when she gets older, I want to get her into that headspace where it's like, there's kids that have the same thing you have, just worse. Yeah. They weren't as lucky. So don't get too emotional and feel like, you know, you're not better than someone, or you're not perfect because you can't do this by yourself. Like, no, like, when you get older, you know, don't care about what other people say. Like, as long as you know in yourself, like, in your head, that you didn't get the worst of it, there's kids that have the same thing, the worst, you know, hopefully it will help her, like, get through it.
And you know, I think that should go through you as a father first before you trying to push towards therapy, because like you know, as a father, right now I'm trying to build. You know, my daughter's a little too young to understand, but my son's like at that point where he's understanding, and I'm training him to control his emotions, to learn how to deal with certain things, and then, you know what, like, be their guide, because you know, even as kids to adults, controlling your emotions is super hard. Like, you know, like, it is easier said than done, or even do. It's super hard. Some people really can't do it at all, and like, you know, you think it's simple, but it's really not. So and I think that's the thing we should push towards our kids, or even nephews and nieces, if you know, or the younger generations.
My knees ashy.
Is it?
I was like, damn, God.
On those bitches.
Anyways, but yeah, my bad, I got to shit. But yeah, but no, I hear what you're saying. But anyways, what's as we wrap this up, what's what's one quote you have to give? Come off the top with it.
Come off the top with it. One quote from me.
Yeah, or advice. I'll say advice. Advice quote, same shit.
Yeah, advice quote. That's the same thing.
Tomato, pineapple.
I would say. I feel like I already said in this podcast, in this earlier episode. You know, it's okay to be sad and feel the emotion, because we are human. You know, and it's okay to dwell on. Don't no, just kidding.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Take two.
Yeah, we're human, so it's okay to feel emotions, and sometimes you just gotta let it out. And if you don't let it out, it's gonna bottle up. And it's okay to feel these type of feelings, but don't dwell on it. Do not sit on it long, because it's just gonna eat you up. It's just like a poison. The longer you know, or sickness, you just sit there, and it's just gonna get to you even worse. Stay busy, get your mind to do what you love, and you know, get your brain off of it. And I'm gonna cut this whole part. I'll cut this over. All right. That sounded so bad. All right, hold on. I decided to cut this whole part.
I thought we were going somewhere with it.
I thought so too, but I felt like I was repeating myself, right?
I was like, okay, and then he got her cut it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I got you though, right? I got you.
Oh shit, I got you. Fuck yeah, I was like,
I got you.
what? Fuck it, leave it in there.
All right.
Leave it in there. Fuck it. Go ahead. Keep it real.
That's my advice. Don't dwell on it. Keep moving. Keep moving forward. Meet the Robinsons.
And do
keep
something that makes you happy to get your mind off of it. It's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay? Just fucking leave that shit in there. Anyways, thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Peace.
The Backyard Boogie
podcast.